Hey guys, what's up? Alec back with the daily stock market, and look at that. The account, $94,000, up $35,000 in the past 12 months, straight profit. This week was going pretty well for the public account. As you can see, we were actually up $950, but then Jerome Powell decided to speak, and instantly my account was down around $3,000 in 1 hour. Now, we will be giving a quick update on what Jay Powell said. We got a 25 basis point cut. That was priced in, so pretty much in line with what we figured what was going on. And right now, we are expecting that the cycling cutting is over. But in this video, what we're going to be talking about is the 3 best stocks to be looking at right now. So make sure you stay up throughout this entire video, because this is the reason why you're subscribed to this YouTube channel, is banger videos just like the one that you're about to watch. We got some good stocks coming out and some great deep dives into what's going on about these stocks. So slap a thumbs up, subscribe, and without any further ado, let's jump right into it. The first stock that we're going to be talking about is ticker symbol AMD at $120 per share. I just bought $500 of this stock for long term. I'll tell you right off the bat, my price target is $200 per share in the next 12 to 24 months, which would be around a 66% increase on your money. It's down 12% in the past 1 month, 19% in the past 3 months. And from all-time highs or recent highs, 52-week highs, around $211 per share, it's down 42%. So yes, this is a buy the dip situation with little risk that I personally see in the next 12 to 24 months. Obviously, anything under $120 per share, I'm just going to keep dollar cost averaging. And I want my price as close to $100 per share on my average price. But anything under $140, $150 per share, I like that as a swing trade ability in the next 12 to 24 months, up to $200 per share or higher. Remember, just in March, AMD was at $207. Real quick, let's take a look at what analysts have to say right away. On average, they have a price target of $182 per share in the next 12 months, which would be a 50% upside, which is great for the next 12 months. Great return for 2025 in my personal opinion. So it's going to be a great trade that I'm adding to my watch list. And obviously, I don't go off what analysts have to say. I take it with a very grain of salt. You'll see some of my other bullish reasons in a minute. But the lowest analyst on record has a $145 price target in the next 12 months, which is higher than the current price of $120. If we scroll down, we can see that there's a top 25 analyst that has a $140 price target. Another 5-star analyst with 170. So needless to say, we have a few analysts that are bullish on AMD overall in the next 12 months. Here's some more top 25 analysts with above $180 price target to $205. So obviously the main concern is NVIDIA, right? NVIDIA's dominance, it's stealing all the spotlight away from AMD. So in my personal opinion, yes, AMD still has space to grow despite NVIDIA's dominant market share in some segments, particularly in the GPU and AI related computing. Here are some reasons why I think that we could see AMD continuing to grow. First off is the diversification across markets. First, we have CPUs. AMD has been steadily gaining market share in the CPU space, both in consumer markets with Ryzen processors and in the server market with EPYC. The latter has a high margin section where AMD has become a credible alternative to Intel. The second, we have GPUs. While NVIDIA leads in gaming and AI GPUs, AMD's Radeon GPUs still hold a competitive position in gaming and professional markets, particularly for price-conscious consumers. And then third, we have custom chips. Okay, so AMD supplies custom silicone for major platforms like PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S, which remains strong revenue streams for AMD. So that's its diversification across the markets. Second off, we have a growing AI and data center potential. And the data center potential for AMD over the next 2 years is massive because of the AI expansion. While NVIDIA dominates the AI GPU market, AMD is making inroads with its M1 300 GPUs and ROMC software ecosystems. These efforts are targeted at customers seeking alternative to NVIDIA's due to cost or supply chain considerations. This is a cheaper alternative to NVIDIA. And then we have another big talking point, which is the competitive pricing that AMD offers. AMD's strategy of offering competitive performance at lower pricing continues to attract customers in both the consumer and enterprise markets. And then obviously we have so much room for the AI expansion. The semiconductor market in general is growing rapidly due to the increasing demand for AIs, gaming, and cloud computing, some of the highest growing sectors. AMD is well positioned to capture some of the growth in these high growth sectors, even if NVIDIA maintains its leadership in specific areas. Obviously, the biggest challenges to watch, the number one is the NVIDIA dominance in AI. AMD needs to accelerate its AI software ecosystem development to compete efficiently with NVIDIA. The second biggest challenge to watch for AMD is Intel's recovery. Intel is also attempting a comeback with competitive CPU and GPU offerings, which could pressure AMD in some markets. If you want to be diversified in the semiconductor space, owning NVIDIA, AMD, and Intel could be a good move over the next 24 months or more, even 5 years. Now, I'll give you one more risk to look out for, and this is going to be for all semiconductors, the supply chain and macroeconomics. Economic uncertainties and supply chain constraints could impact growth rates in that sector and AI, but in conclusion, AMD's growth potential remains extremely strong, but the pace and scale will depend on the ability to innovate and execute in key markets like gaming, AI, cloud computing, and data centers. So not just AI. There's a few different sectors and key markets that AMD really needs to start innovating on, especially if they want to start competing on the higher end with NVIDIA and beating out on the lower to mid-tier, from Intel. The next best stock for 2025 is going to be Mara, ticker symbol MARA. Mara Holdings at $22 per share. It's currently down 12% on the day, so it could be a great time to enter a little bit of a buy the dip scenario. However, in the last 1 month, it's up around 15%, and in the last 3 months, it's up 40%. Okay, year to date, it's down 16% with a lot of volatility up and down from $30 per share all the way down to $13 per share. So obviously buying under 20 and closer to 15 is the best scenario. But I think that this is a very volatile stock that can move quickly. In the next 3 to 6 months, we could hit our goals of where we want to be. But the longer you hold, 6 to 12 months, you could even see more explosive growth, 100, 200%. This could be a 2 to 3 bagger swing trade depending on how the macroeconomics go on Mara because of some of the big things and the big talking points that we're going to be talking about on this stock. We currently have an all-time high on Mara as high as $75 per share in November 2021 and what looks to be a recent low after of around $3 per share. So a lot of risk with this stock. And if you don't know, this is basically a cryptocurrency type of stock, almost like a MicroStrategies. If you guys are familiar with MSTR, MicroStrategies, we've seen 530% growth in the last year on MicroStrategies. And if you don't know the business model of MicroStrategies, it's basically to buy as much Bitcoin as possible and hold it on its balance sheet and, become a profitable company that way. Leverage that money and even buy even more Bitcoin so you're getting massive returns, okay? And that's basically the same thing as Mara, okay? MicroStrategies has the largest amount of Bitcoin on a public company on the New York Stock Exchange balance sheet. And guess what is second? It's Mara, okay? Mara is only up 25% in the past year. MicroStrategies is up 529% in the past year. This could be a good stock to be getting in on early. They're also a Bitcoin mining company, so they also are able to acquire Bitcoin for a very cheap amount or a cheaper amount than buying it outright. So just to give you some raw numbers, as of 1 year ago, MSTR MicroStrategies had around 180,000 Bitcoins on its balance sheet. Right now, today, Mara, MARA, has around 27,000 Bitcoins on their balance sheet. MicroStrategies has continued to increase their holdings to around 400,000 Bitcoins as of today. So if we see Mara continuing to increase their holdings and 10x their holdings or even double their Bitcoins, that's going to be a very bullish thing. Because here's when it starts getting really interesting, because Mara's market cap right now is around 6 billion, okay? But its Bitcoin holdings is closer to 3 billion. So that's around half of its value of Mara in Bitcoin holding right now. Remember, the reason why MicroStrategies is flying high right now is because they're the company that has the most Bitcoins on their balance sheet. Okay, Mara is basically doing the same thing. But as we're going to go over right now, MicroStrategy's Bitcoin is less of a ratio compared to the market cap. For example, the market cap on MicroStrategies is 94 billion and the Bitcoin holding is only 25 billion, which gives a market cap to Bitcoin ratio of 3.69. And Mara, which is 6 billion in market cap and around 3 billion in Bitcoin holding, which gives it a market cap to Bitcoin ratio of 2. So if you don't want to invest into cryptocurrency, it's too risky, you don't know how to do it, you don't want to deal with Coinbase or any sketchy crypto platforms or anything like that, the best thing to be doing is probably buying and holding Mara for this bull cycle, at least 3 to 6 months, possibly even up to 12 months on Mara holdings, looking for a huge gainer, 200, 300, 400% gain on something like Mara stock. And remember, this is not financial advice. These are just my own personal opinions, but if you do end up making money with some of these trades, make sure you DM me on Instagram to join my private trade. You can even just click on the link in my bio, theflowcode.com, and then it'll bring you to my page here, and then just click on the #1 option trading Discord. Click that, and then once you're in the Discord, just go to upgrade to VIP, read what it's all about, premium option signal, access to VIP chat rooms, live voice trading, and if you scroll down, then you can click sign up here. You could either go with the monthly or the yearly plan, get started and join. And we are getting rid of that $59 price, by the way. Come the new year, it's going to be going up to $179. So if you're watching this video, you got some good intel. Don't wait until it's $179. Get in now while it's $59. And the last stock that we'll be talking about in this video is going to be Nike stock at $77 per share. We talked about some risky stocks in this video, so let's talk about a little bit more of a safer trade, a little bit more of a safe money park. In the last 3 months, not much volatility going on, up as high as $89 per share and as low as $73 per share, which was a 17% decline, which is pretty big for Nike stock. In the last year to date, we've seen a 28% dip, and in the last 12 months, we've seen a 36% dip. So yes, this is another buy the dip scenario. We saw Nike as high as $180 per share in 2021, closer to November. And since then, we're seeing Nike down around 55%. So I think there's a lot of potential for Nike to be rebounding. I could make a full video about Nike stock, and I probably will. I want them at least to $150 per share, which would be around a 100% gain in the next 12 to 24 months. If we scroll down, we can see that the PE ratio is 22. And yes, this is also a dividend stock with a 1.9% dividend yield. Analysts do not see this flying as high as $150, $140 per share. They only see it flying as high as $90 to $120 per share, which would still be a good swing trade considering the share price right now is at $76 per share. However, I'm a little bit more bullish than the analysts are, especially over the next 24 months. We can see some of their price targets around 93, 97, $97 per share, 109. So Nike is a stock that I think could outpace the markets over the next 12 to 24 months. It also gives you a little bit of a dividend, which is nice. It's at a fair valuation. It's a company that I personally like to own. I buy a lot of their gear, so owning Nike stocks going to be easy for me. And in my personal opinion, they will be going to a new all-time high, which any way you slice the cake is 100% return. Whether that's going to be in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, I'm prepared to personally hold Nike for the long haul. And they are a stock that just has an extremely strong moat. They're not going to be going anywhere anytime soon, and they could definitely bounce back to new all-time highs. It's just a question of how long will that take. So I will be making a full-length video just featuring Nike throughout the whole video. So if you're excited for that, make sure you're subscribed on YouTube with post notifications on. So I appreciate you guys for making it to the very end of the video. And if you appreciate me making the video for you guys, my top stocks to be buying now in December 2024 going into 2025, just slap a big thumbs up, share this video with a friend, and join my private trading group, my Discord. Again, just click on that link in the description and then go down to the #1 option trading Discord. And if you want to see some recent success stories, click on success number 11 and go to December 1 week ago. You can see lots of people having massive success kind of days. I can't post every single success story, but I post as many as I can. 871% gain in the last week, $36,000 made. This student absolutely killed it, and smaller accounts are welcome too. So thank you guys one last time for making it to the end of the video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, don't time the market, buy the market.